All right, then let's actually break it down. So before we actually even go into the specifics of how you treat people, because again, this is very unique. When I first heard about it, when I first did it, I felt, what is this? But before we go there, let's actually talk about the nervous system itself. Like why is the nervous system so important, and what is it that you think a lot of people are also not aware of, that they don't know about it, or maybe also not give enough credit to, in particular when it comes to potential of actually healing a lot of the symptoms or root causes even that people have.
Um, can you recapitulate your question? The importance of the nervous system.
Yeah, like what is the reason that sort of like what makes the nervous system so unique and so special, and in particular the potential that it has to actually fix a lot of health issues that people have.
Well, if you work with the nervous system and if you regulate the nervous system, if you that means that you can adapt to the circumstances. But if you work with the nervous system, you actually have influence on everything in the body and in the mind, because the nervous system is our big sensor. It picks up information from inside of us and from around us. The nervous system is what connects us to our body, and our body is what keeps us alive, is our life experience. If you disconnect from the body, if you lose your body, for sure, life is over. But if you disconnect from the body, you miss out on a whole load of life experience. So if you work with this nervous system and you regulate it so that you don't have peaks in stress, you're not all the time in stress, or you're not all the time in passivity, you have an influence on your entire experience, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
And what is the nervous system made up of? I don't know if you already mentioned that. You spoke about the vagal nerve, but also, yeah, if you could break that down. And of course, there's the parasympathetic mode and the sympathetic mode,
Yeah,
which I never heard about before until I did these surgeries. And it was the first time when I felt so incredible when they took out that inflammation in my bone,
yeah.
and it felt like there was a I mean, I kid you not, it felt like there was a lightning stroke going through my body after the surgery when they hit a certain nerve. And I don't think I've ever felt so relaxed in my life. And then I had the same experiences when I worked with you. So how would you what is this, the parasympathetic mode and the sympathetic mode?
Yeah, yeah. What they did with removing the silent infection out of your jawbone, they removed the pocket which was containing a lot of toxins, metabolic toxins that leak into your system, and that continuously was triggering your stress system. So by taking that away, you take away a big stressor, and suddenly this toxic load is out of your body, and suddenly your nervous system has energy to stabilize and to experience everything in a more comfortable way. So the nervous system, we are talking in this case about the autonomic nervous system, and that has a sympathetic branch and a parasympathetic branch. The sympathetic branch is activity, it's fight flight. It's mostly known as fight flight, but it's also activity in a positive way. It's also play, it's also work, it's challenges, it's excitement, it's all the things in which you burn energy. And then there is the parasympathetic branch, which is referred to as rest and repair or rest and digest, which is the state of your nervous system in which you recover. You recover energy, you build up your body, you process your experiences, you process your food, and you rest and repair. And in this parasympathetic nervous system, a part of it is the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve has a dorsal branch, which is known for a stress response like freeze, the stress response of dissociation, numbing, not feeling anything. If there is too much overwhelm, you can simply stop feeling, freeze. But the vagal nerve also has a ventral branch, and that ventral branch is important for social connection. So connecting with other people, core regulation, feeling of belonging. It's our social nerve.
I have to say this is probably one of the most important things that I realized when my nervous system is out of tact and I'm in this constant stress. And again, I didn't even know this before. Even when I was, I realized when I did the surgeries that I had been in stress for years. And even when I thought I was relaxing, I was laying in my bed and I thought I'm relaxing now. I was not relaxing.
Yeah,
And I even thought, I wouldn't say that I thought that I had ADHD,
yeah,
but it was sort of, I had this constant restlessness. And I never realized that I had some kind of stressor in my system the whole time, I guess. And what the other important thing was, so first of all, this ability, and I had this after the surgery too, where I remember sitting in my living room. I had no urge to use my phone. I had no urge to just kind of numb myself, basically, be on the phone. I had no urge to eat something. I had no urge. I kid you not, I was just sitting on my couch and looking outside of the window at the tree.
yeah,
It was so, I felt like, Star Wars, the movie, like I felt like a Jedi.
yeah,
I felt so in peace. And the other thing that I realized, so I'm curious what you said about the belonging piece. I feel the way that I am with people, I feel so much gentler. So I'm not as, again, as German, I don't know what's the phrase in English, but basically people cannot tick me off so quickly. I was so zen. I was so understanding, empathetic. And I even had less urge to go on Twitter to look for very aggressive news and to provoke people and to pick up fights. And I had a very, almost like when you come off of a MDMA trip, you kind of have this whole, you feel like you said, you feel very plugged in,
yeah.
right?
Connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting what you mentioned first. Like you realized that you were living in a state of a lot of stress, high stress levels, and you didn't realize it. Because if you stay in a stressful state for a very long time, this becomes your normal. This becomes your baseline. And if you go from very stressed to a little bit of stress, you think a little bit of stress is actually no stress because you compare it with higher stress levels.